After the time of Anselm, Anselm's theory of salvation, the satisfaction theory, became very popular in Western theology. There were some modifications, such as that by Thomas Aquinas. Aquinas, for example, disagreed with Anselm on the necessity of the incarnation, but he argued that the incarnation was appropriate, or the word he used was convenient. We would translate that today as appropriate. Aquinas said it was appropriate, but not necessary. Aquinas held that the incarnation would only be necessary if God demanded full satisfaction. But Aquinas argued that why God demanded satisfaction is a mystery to us, and that in fact God could have willed that redemption occurred in a very different manner. By the time of the Reformation, new theories of salvation developed. Some Protestant theology saw the atonement occurring by way of Christ being punished in our place. Catholic thought, however, developed into different schools. Some of these schools of thought emphasized the obedience of Christ, others the physical suffering, others who saw any free act of Christ as having infinite value and thus qualifying as satisfaction. Modern theologians, though, have come to reject Anselm because of his heavy reliance on legal ways of thinking. They've also highlighted Anselm's very narrow focus on the crucifixion. Having said that, and if you explore salvation theory in more detail, if you do your own research, you'll find that liberal theology today, in Protestantism and in Catholicism, liberal theology has moved away from a supernatural account of salvation to a more natural, educational model of salvation, in which what is seen as saving us is the ethical teaching of Jesus. So in a way, there's a lot of liberal theology today that has recovered the divine education theory of salvation, while it tends to, and I'm oversimplifying here or generalizing, but a lot of liberal theology has gone for education rather than anything supernatural in the salvation brought by Jesus Christ. It is important to remember that throughout church history we've had this wide variety of theories of how Jesus saves us. We've always believed that Jesus saves, but the question is how and in what way? What aspect of the life, work and mystery of Jesus saves us? And the answer is not simple, because the answers we've had have been many and varied, some of them better than others. And so I'd ask you to bear that in mind if you're looking at salvation, and to bear in mind that even though in Catholicism in particular we've tended to have a very narrow focus of salvation, but there is this rich variety of theories out there that explain how it is that we are saved.